Good morning, everyone. Mo kí gbogbo yín kú dédé àkókò yìí. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ bá mi wo fídíò yìí, and it is very important, it's very interesting. I want you to share this video. Thanks.
Was not be qualified to contest.
Yeah,
he wanted the heads of state to ask him to continue. Unfortunately for him, he never knew we had planned a coup under him with bringing the president of Tanzania, with President Thabo Mbeki and President John Kufuor. They say no, they will not allow third term with those presidents, with Americans. They planned it and said no, we will not allow this to happen. And that was exactly what happened.
It's quite.
So he went to bring President Bush. President Bush told him, as long as you don't exceed Nigerian constitution. Even people who are taking credit in the Senate, the person who derailed the third term in the Senate is Ibrahim Mantu and Wabara and Adolphus Wabara. Because he was just removed as Senate president. So we contacted him, made a deal with him, made a deal with Mantu, and we used them to derail the thing. I will not come in details how we derailed it, but it was a full Marshall plan to derail it that day and kill it. And that's how we killed it.
So His Excellency Ojus Okalu was one of them. Maybe that was one of the reasons you are under attack.
No, that is the major reason why I'm under attack. Because President Obasanjo told me that I will kneel down and suffer for the rest of my life. That he will deal with me, that he will crumble me. That he told me face to face, that is the truth. So I don't care about what he says. Not my God. I'm still wearing nice suits till tomorrow. I'm still seeing him till tomorrow. The immorality in a man is in Obasanjo, who cannot speak through double petal. Obasanjo is a shameless man because he's supposed to be one-term president. This is the promise he made to us. I went to Babangida.
Oh, you mean there was a promise that
there was a deal made?
He said it was a lie.
It's not a lie, it's the truth. No. I was there. There was a deal made.
They want to do the Mandela option.
He said he will do one tenure. Then you, President Babangida, you will continue. This was a deal made. Babangida is alive, Obasanjo is alive. Let any of them contradict it, we'll go to ATA and talk about it. So it's not a lie, it's the truth. So there was a deal made. I went with Babangida to him. When Babangida informed him that they like him to be the president. He said, how many presidents will you make him be?
Yes, that was the
I'm not interested. He woke up, he was wearing a short knicker, khaki short knicker. He went back and came back and said, Ibrahim, well, what you are just trying to tell me is that I only do 4 years and I hand over to you. So we sat him down and we started talking. He said yes, he will do one tenure. I was there. I'm not saying somebody said.
Wow.
So how can he be lying to the nation? On many occasions, I confronted Babangida when he wanted. This was the reason why he wanted to fight him in 2003. Babangida said no, he would not want to confront his boss. That was the reason. And we said, okay, since you cannot do it, let's use Atiku to do it. At the tail end, Atiku said no, he had made up with his boss. So we are stranded. We could have used one governor to remove him. But
you mean impeachment?
Not impeachment. No, 2003 election. Obasanjo was gone.
Okay, was gone. Okay. Because we learned that he knelt down and begged Atiku in his bed.
He also knelt down and begged me.
Where, sir?
In my bedroom. He came to the governor's lodge in Asokoro. He came middle of the night. He came straight to my bedroom because he's commander-in-chief. As commander-in-chief, the ADCs and security men have no right. They just knock on my bedroom. I opened. It was him. He knelt down and begged me. And after that, he won. I went to greet him. He said, I will suffer throughout my life for what I made to him. So this is the kind of man you are talking about. Obasanjo is an animal. He's not supposed to be. He's supposed to be caged where chimpanzees are in zoo.
So why is there no petition before the FCC?
Who told you? There are so many petitions. Go and ask Magu. I'm not a friend of Magu. Go and ask Magu. Okay, I know. There are many petitions against Obasanjo. 16 billion and other money he stole and money he gave to businessmen. Obasanjo is owner of so many companies you are seeing today in Nigeria.
But why it appears as if there's no activities around it, as if, as
people know, they don't want to talk about it. This is why the U.S. intelligence or the North American intelligence agencies don't respect him. The European Union don't respect him. His power is only in AU. They don't respect him because they know he's a thief.
So let me ask you, where did you get the courage from? Because you see,
It's not courage. No, I say what other people fail to say.
A lot of people will have been wasted. Where did you get that courage to say the truth?
Because listen, I have overcome death.
Okay.
I have no fear of dying. I can die tomorrow. I can die today. So all those fears are out of me. I'm not even afraid of who will kill me and who will not kill me.
You are called to have breakfast with Obasanjo now. Will you or not to eat the same food? And if you cook the food and give you, will you eat it, sir?
Yes, I will eat it.
But no, if Obasanjo...
I told you I have overgrown fear of death.
Oh, okay, sir.
I was in Igbaland the other day. I slept there for...
They call you bias. Their surrogates will even try to teach us journalists our jobs on TV, like we've seen them in the last week do. Now, Bola Ahmed Tîñúbü is saying that Obasanjo is a blind man. This same blind man, he went into a closed-door meeting with Inota. He took Nuhu Ribadu, Baba Kande, and all the party stakeholders to go and meet Inota. That's the same blind man, isn't it? The same blind man, the Nation newspaper, wrote glowing things about the week after they visited Ota to see him. There's a tape running around. Sometimes we wish we can play these tapes, where President Muhammadu Buhari was celebrating the endorsement of blind man Olusegun Obasanjo in 2015 on CNN. Then Obasanjo was a national treasure. We all remember how he tore his PDP, or he said he was going to tear his PDP membership. And he supported and endorsed APC then. Then he was not a blind man. Now he's a blind man. Sometimes when politicians speak, I hope Nigerians can read between the lines and ask them the most important problems as regards the debts, rather than all the politicking. When I hear words like we turn Yahoo boys around, a Yahoo boy is not a reflection of the decaying Nigerian economy. It is not a justification for adverse fee fraud. But if we had done better to help these boys, provide enabling environments, are we going to have a proliferation of crime? And we had the blank slate under the APC government to be able to do all of this. But did we do it? No. In all of this, I like what he said. He will turn them to chip makers. Pretty much reminds me of, or it's akin to trying to say you will turn people in areas like Oluwole to detectives. There's a chip war going on. And I will be happy if Nigeria can even be part of the chip war, because chips will become the future. So it is time for us to talk more on introspection on development. But give it to him. He pulled out a crowd in Benin. He was able to get that out. A lot of things were said, but he was low on the things he was going to do for Nigeria. And we are not hearing a lot of that in the campaign. The campaigns are just about abusing one another. There are problems on ground, and we should try as much as possible to solve the problem. For Governor Wike and his team, it is obvious that they are in a political cul-de-sac now. And you can see what happened in the battle. They've plunged Mr. Seyi Makinde into an abyss of uncertainty. Because you see, we forget too much in this country. And Mr. Seyi Makinde forgets that for his election to happen in 2019, people had to collapse their structures for him. The likes of Lanley, the likes of Chief Ayanride of the SDP, and a couple of 3-4 parties endorsed him with the big architecture of his political party, the PDP. But like you said, the structure of the PDP, they are having their own parallel rally and all of that. So it's already in a cul-de-sac. And that's why we keep saying when people fight, they should be able to have a termination date to their fights. On the case of President Buhari joining the campaign trail, please, I would like to ask, what record does President Buhari want to see on the campaign trail when he joins Bola Ahmed Tîñúbü? What record does he want to campaign on? That's a big poser this morning.
No, it's not about record. It's about the fact that President Muhammadu Buhari has a cult following in the northern part of the country. if he joins the Tîñúbü campaign, he can mobilize, galvanize the northern part of the country to support him. However, in 1993, the same northerners did not vote for Tofa. Bashir Tofa lost his election polling unit to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
No,
so
that's
this is
MK
what
Abiola.
to MK Abiola.
But for me, Dr. Abati, I think the best thing a former president can campaign on is not cult following. I think it's on his records.
Yeah.
So if he gets on the campaign trail, it's best he too tells us the records.
Okay,
That's all on news.
This is an election that is all about ethnicity and religion and not about the issues. And this is what we've been complaining about on this program on a daily basis. So it's not about theory. It's about real politics. Okay?
All right.